Intro to Trig. You should remember SOHCAHTOA, where sine is opposite hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. The three sides of the triangles are referred to the hypotenuse, the adjacent side, and the opposite side. So if I wanted to write the ratios in simplest form using the triangle here on my right, for sine of A, I circle A. 12 is the opposite because it goes through the triangle. 16 is the adjacent side because it's between the angle and the right angle. And 20 is the hypotenuse. So to find sine of A, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So 12 over 16, which simplifies to 3 over 5. You always want to simplify your work. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 16 over 20, which simplifies to 4 over 5. For 7 through 12, it's looking at your given angle H. 15 is the adjacent, 8 is the opposite, and 17 is the hypotenuse. So if you're given 15, which is the adjacent, and 17, which is the hypotenuse, which one would you use, sine, cosine, or tangent? This represents cosine. If I had 8 over 17, 8 is the opposite side, and 17 is the hypotenuse. So this ratio represents sine. You also have different applications. If I was to find x and y, again, I circle my angle, and I've got a number at the hypotenuse. Let's start with x. So x is the opposite. If I'm given opposite and hypotenuse, I use sine. So sine 32 equals x over 18, opposite over hypotenuse. To solve here, we want to get rid of the fraction, so I'm going to multiply by 18 on both sides. So x equals 18 sine 32, which is approximately 9.54. For y is the adjacent side, and my number that I'm given is at the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse is going to be cosine. So sine, the angle 32, equals adjacent y over the hypotenuse, which is 18. Again, I'm going to multiply by 18 to get rid of my fraction. So y equals 18 sine 32. When we put this in the calculator, it is approximately 15.26. Remember to be in degree mode in your calculator. For number 14, to find x and y, once again, I'm going to circle my angle. My number is at the opposite. We'll start with x, which is the hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse, I'm using sine. 29 equals, opposite is 10, hypotenuse is x. In this case, I need to multiply by x to get rid of my fraction. So I'm left with x sine 29 equals 10. To get x by itself, I'm going to divide by sine 29. You can't just divide by sine by itself. It is included with the angle. So 10 divided by sine 29, which is approximately 20.63. To find y, my number's at 10. Y is the adjacent. Opposite over adjacent would be tangent. So tangent 29 equals 10 over y multiplied by y, divide by tangent of 29. So y equals 10 over tangent 29, which equals 18.04.